with your awesome new friends.
Iron Man! Ironheart! Iron Hulk! We are Iron Friends!
Iron Friends, there's a problem at the park.
Guess who?
Ultron!
Ultron! Oh, you guessed it already.
On August 11th,
Stop what you're doing, Ultron!
build your team and save the day.
No match for the Iron Friends!
Marvel's Iron Man and his awesome friends. Available August 11th on Disney Junior and next day on Disney Plus.
Hello, everyone. My name is Heather Hurt with the NRW, where Nerds Rule the World, and I'm here with executive producers Sean Coyle and Jason Eason-Garcia, who are producing the upcoming show, Marvel's Iron Man and his awesome friends. Whew, lots of words. How are you guys today?
Awesome.
Doing great. You did awesome.
Yeah.
The show premieres in just about a week and a half from now. How are y'all feeling as you get closer? Sean, what are your words going into this?
10 days, but who's counting? Yeah, it's exciting. I mean, it's a huge honor and just for as both a Marvel fan, a cartoon fan, Disney fan, to just be a part of the continuing the legacy of these characters and introducing them to a new audience. It's super cool, and can't wait for people to see it.
I do want to pick up a point that you just made there in a second, but James. Oh, sorry, James.
Everybody gets the James and the Eason combined because calls me Jason. So don't feel bad.
Oh, sorry, but now I'm bringing in DC Comics, and that's the wrong place. We're not going there. James, what are your thoughts as we get closer and closer?
Like to like what Sean said, it's the way I kind of describe it is like we've been like taking care of this like precious baby for a couple of years, and now it's like the first time the world is going to see the baby, and we're just we're so excited because we think the baby's really cute and we think the baby's really fun and we want everybody to play with the baby. So that's kind of the way I'm looking at it. But it's also just finally fun because the show is so exciting and it's full of so much joy and action and cool characters. And for us to finally be able to get to talk to people like you and fans, and just finally being able to be like, let's talk about this cool thing we've been doing for the last 3 years, and like this fun episode and these fun stories. Yeah, that to me is probably the most exciting part.
I love. I want to bring up the canonical elements to this, like Sean just brought up, but I also want to talk about I do want to mention this is a really fun show, but I want to kind of ask about the relationship to, or kind of the differences against Spidey and his amazing friends. I don't know who would be the best one to answer this, but could y'all give us a good difference between the two series other than it's Iron Man?
Yeah, sure. Well, I mean, we'll both jump in. So obviously the success of Spidey got us here, and that collaboration with Disney and Marvel and that show, it's amazing what they've created over there. It's just wonderful, and it allowed us this opportunity. And Iron Man is like the no-brain choice to continue sort of this preschool legacy. And so you've got the elements of teamwork and the celebration of friendship are themes that definitely carry over from Spidey. Like that stuff is our show is still packed with that stuff. But also too, and I'll segue to James with this. I'll tee you up there, buddy. But our show, what separates us is, for one, our characters don't have secret identities. The whole world knows who they are. But also our main trio it's a trio of kid super geniuses.
Yeah, that was something we were always really focused on. Not that Spidey and his amazing friends aren't like talented, brilliant, and kids and creators themselves, but Tony Stark as a character to his core is an inventor, is considered one of the most like brilliant minds in the Marvel universe. And so we really wanted to surround him with friends that were at his level, were those super geniuses as well. And while Spidey is definitely your friendly neighborhood Spider-Man, Iron Man and his awesome friends, they have suits that can fly. They don't have to stay in one neighborhood. They can go all over the world. We go to some really cool locations in our show, some very Marvel specific locations in our show.
No, Wakanda.
Who said that? And the other fun thing is, Spidey is very much set in Brooklyn. It's very, or not Brooklyn, but like that East Coasty vibe, and we really embrace that Southern California beachy vibe, and we're able to mine stories from those different locations.
And I will say, we only got 2 episodes to preview for this, but seeing Tony's face when T'Challa goes, "We don't even have this in Wakanda," and him just going, "Oh," just you could just feel the love, like, "Oh my God, I did something that they didn't do." Oh, I loved it. Let's mine that over into canonical, like into the canon of this. Will we, with not going into too many spoilers, of course, will we get to see the interaction between the two groups, or are you going to have lots of fun Easter eggs throughout the series to kind of bring in kids to the Marvel universe in a different way? James, I'll start with you this time.
Yeah, I think, I can't really speak to the crossover of it all, but there are elements and the worlds are set up in a place where those things could happen if our partners at Marvel and Disney decide that's a direction they really want to explore. The worlds are created in a way that, yeah, everything's kind of there if you want it to be. We like to say that, while the main like MCU is Universe 616, we're Universe 123 ABC because it's preschool friendly. And that's kind of like the vibe that we're playing in for the show.
Sean, what about you? What's the great thing about having a potential with this canon, being able to bring it outward more?
Yeah, and then that's honestly like that's been part of one of the most fun parts about the collaboration with the Marvel side of things is like James and I can kick a door open and be like, unspool our list of like 1,000 different characters and stuff that we want to use. But then it's that working relationship where we work with Marvel and we work with Disney and we figure out which characters to choose and why. Like, because there's thousands of awesome Marvel characters, but which ones lend themselves and which ones translate well to a younger audience. Like, for example, we've got Absorbing Man, who is not amongst fans, he's a well-known villain, but amongst the casual Marvel fan, not a super well-known villain, but he's got such a visual, awesome, fun power set, like where he touches things and he absorbs the properties of that. So he touches brick and his skin changes, and as the visual interpretation of that is really fun. So to be able to sort of figure out those pieces and figure out like who gets to jump into our show and how and which version of those characters we get to use as well, because like James alluded to, there's 1,000 different multiverses and millions of multiverses. So it's been really, really fun getting to sort of, and for me as well, like getting to kind of learn new characters, as well. Like we've got the villain of Swarm, who I knew that there was a Swarm, but personally, I didn't know that there were different versions of Swarm and that we had the freedom to kind of create and again, interpret that and reimagine that character in a way that's preschool friendly. So a person that controls robot bugs, it's like, again, it's a very visual thing and it's very fun to look at, and it's also cool for our heroes because they get to just blow up robots and nobody gets hurt, right? But yeah, I don't know if I answered your question because I kind of rambled on a tangent there, but
no, honestly, that was the very, very comic booky answer to that.
Yeah.
You just kept going. The flow kept going. That's what we do. That's what we do as our profession. With that being said, both of you have done kid shows before. Sean, you had Puppy Dog Pals, and of course, James, you've done shows like Young Jedi Adventures, which is one of my favorite kid shows. I won't deny it. It's absolutely.
Oh, thank you.
What is so different about a show like Iron Man and His Awesome Friends? Sean, let's start with you.
Well, for one, Puppy Dog Pals, there was a lot more nudity. I mean, those dogs, they didn't wear clothes. They were just naked all the time. So that took a little getting used to. But no, it's fun. We used to kind of, Puppy Dog Pals felt like this weird sort of anomaly. And I think we maybe got away with certain things because our characters were talking dogs. So that was, for me, that was a new challenge for this show, that our characters are human beings and they really do, they embody personality traits and their behavior is stuff that we have to be responsible for, making sure that young audiences watching, that we don't do things that, that all that imitatable behavior stuff that like we have to be extra responsible, I think, with just sort of how we personify these personalities and their traits and their how they problem solve and their teamwork and all that kind of stuff. But that was also sort of a liberating experience because like we really want kids to watch this show and see a part of themselves in it, so to be able to pump as much life and enthusiasm and love and joy for their worlds, these characters that they have for their worlds. We want kids to be able to tune in and not just say, I want to be Iron Man, I want to be Ironheart, I want to be Iron Hulk, but like, I want to be Amadeus, or I'm just like Tony, or I'm just like Riri. And so for them to find a piece of themselves in this show, that's our hope, that's our goal. And then, like, you know, that's I think if they were talking dogs, that's a little harder to do. So,
James, what about you? What makes this show special?
You know, I always say these are some of the coolest toys in the toy box, right? Like, Marvel characters are just some of the greatest characters in our cultural canon, and they've only become even more totally awesome over the last 20 years thanks to like MCU. And as a lifelong comic book fan, being able to be like, hey, here's these toys, do you want to play with them, do you want to tell stories with them? It's what I've been doing since I was a kid, and we wanted to do that. We wanted to put that kind of fun and joy of like kids pulling their different toys together and being like, oh, this is how they're going to play today. That's kind of how we approached it in the writer's room. And I think, you know, I've worked on other shows with less, like, not as well-known characters as this. And there's a fun there because you get to create who these characters are. Here, there's a little bit more of a pre-established, like, everybody kind of knows the framework for these characters. And we get to play within that and really, really push and pull and create the like accessible and relatable and aspirational preschool versions of all those characters. And again, just be like, okay, what crazy monster can we have attack this group this time? And what crazy invention, sci-fi invention can they create that's going to cause havoc in the city? You know, that's the kind of fun comic booky stuff that I love, and be able to get to write those stories and tell those every day has been just totally awesome.
That is absolutely beautiful. Thank you so much, you guys, for your time today. Marvel's Iron Man and His Awesome Friends premieres on August 11th on Disney Junior and the next day on Disney Plus. Thank you guys, and you'll have a wonderful day.
Thank you, Heather. Nice to talk to you.
Nerds rule the world.
Pleasure chatting with you. Love to all my nerds who rule the world.
Yeah. Nerds rule the world.
Yes, we do.
Thanks. Nerds rule the world.
Thank you.
I love the nerds ruling the world, so more power to you.
Patrick, what up, man? And yes, they do. Nerds rule the world, kid.
Yes, sir. Thank you. Awesome. Kuya P, nerds rule the world. Hello.
Yes, they do. Yes.
Oh,
nerds rule the world.
I got.
It's in the title of your show, like nerds rule the world. Like, I want more black weirdos on screen, and I don't feel like we ever get to see that very much.
Thank you so much. Nerds do rule the world.
Yes. Thank you.
Thank you, nerds rule.
Love it. Hello, Sarah. Hello, Julian.
Yes, nerds rule. Yes,
rock on. I love it. Thank you so much.
It's good to see you. I love Nerds Rule the World.
But yeah, there's a heavy nerd component, man.
Yeah.
And at the end of the day, if you ask me, nerds rule the world. So
absolutely.
And you're right. Nerds do rule the world.
We're just the best.
Yes.
Thank you, ladies.
So much.
Thank you. Yes. Thank you, guys.
Bye.
It's your boy Kuya P. Nerds rule the world. Thank you so much, guys. I appreciate you.
They rule the world all right.
Yes. Take care, Tony. Thank you, guys.